Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Trading with Ashley show. It's good to be back in the studio. I do miss spending time with all the other influencers. If you are new to this channel and you came over from any of the channels of the other influencers that I've been spending time with, I want to give you a warm welcome and let you know I'm so happy you landed here. And collectively, we all teach in little different ways. So there's so much to learn from each other. And it's an honor to be a part of this YouTube community, especially as we are all learning and growing together. So it's an honor to have you here. Welcome to the Trading with Ashley family. And I hope I can help you turn the prism just a little bit differently so that you can see alternative ways to trade that may help you make money as well. So today I spent a lot of time with my Discord members and we were talking through what's going on in the market and what's on the horizon. And so if you look at the fear and greed index, you can definitely see the fear out there. And I was making a joke with one of my members and said, you know, it should say fear unless you're cashed up and you have hopes for a brighter future. Because fear is an emotion, and if an emotion is driving your stock decisions, it's usually not the best decision. And so I want to encourage you, if you are looking at a sea of red in your portfolio, I want you to try your best to look beyond that, and let's put our sights on the fall. Because in the fall, in an election year, the market traditionally goes up. Now, if you're blessed enough to have some cash on the side, you can average down on some of your positions. But if you didn't do that and you weren't ready, then it's just a waiting game. I just want to discourage any of you from taking a really good stock and selling at a loss, because that's what the institutions are hoping will do. They're hoping to shake out the retail investor so that they can scoop in and buy the stock cheaper for all of the brokers that they represent. So I don't want you to fall victim to that. We're smarter than that. But what I wanted to share with you today is all about Tesla. So just the other day, as Tesla started running, I actually said, gosh, I wished I would have gotten some more Tesla because I do have such high hopes for the future of Tesla, primarily because of all the things that Tesla offers other than just electric vehicles. And when I think about what the future holds, I was really thinking about this. I was talking to some other women that we do housework. You know, men do housework too, but I know the lion's share traditionally falls on maybe the woman in the household. And I was saying, gosh, I just wish I had one of Elon's robots to help me with X, Y, and Z. And someone else commented, well, gosh, I don't know if I want a robot in my house. You know, that's just gonna freak me out. And I got to thinking about what it was like, let's say, with the washing machine. Remember, I mean, you know, women used to, or men used to wash their clothes on a washboard and then hang them all out to dry. And then the washing machine came along, and every wife had the washing machine on her Christmas wish list. And so I said, I can only imagine everyone wanting Elon's robots on their Christmas wish list to kind of help make life a little bit easier around the house. So we've got the robots on the horizon. We also have the autonomous driving on the horizon. So I'm working on a video for you about that. That's really cool, and I will reveal that here soon. But when you think about the autonomous driving and what a luxury that will be and how it'll make our lives completely different. For one, it will reduce the amount of crashes. You know, unfortunately, highway deaths are the number one reason that people die. And so if we can reduce the crashes by having that autonomous vehicle interacting with other autonomous vehicles, it will reduce deaths. And that will make everyone more comfortable getting on the road, especially if you have young drivers like I do. We're always, you know, every time they walk out the door, we say a prayer, please take care of them. And so I think about that in the future for, let's say, my grandchildren and what life may be like for them. And then when you think about just the sheer convenience of being able to hop in a robo-taxi, I mean, they run these all the time in San Francisco, and they're working really well. And I think about, like, as a woman traveling, catching an Uber can sometimes be in an intimidating dynamic because you don't know, who's driving you. You don't know what their intentions are. It's always a little bit awkward. Like, do I talk to them? Do I not talk to them? Will I say too much? Will they, take it the wrong way if I try to be friendly? So there's all that dynamic that you have to deal with, especially, if you're a woman and you're traveling alone. And so I was thinking how nice it will be to just call up one of the robo-taxis and get in the car and be able to work or talk on the phone without anybody eavesdropping. Like, there's so many wonderful things, I think, in the future with Tesla and what they're offering. So if you find yourself in a Tesla trade that has gone south, there is something you can do, and you can roll the trade. And I did the coolest play today that I'm so excited about. It was a play that actually I took out this morning. I rolled it this afternoon. I received significant money for rolling the trade. I took some of that money and bought some more shares lower than the price that I had initially sold the put for. So I'm going to show you that play. And then for any of you that are interested in learning how to roll for profit, there's so many different ways to use this awesome option when selling options. I am going to be teaching it in the morning to you, totally free. Now, there are only a few spots left, so if you're interested in it, I do suggest that as soon as this video is over, you go ahead and sign up so that we can get you in that. Now, I'll do other ones in the future, but it's not going to be recorded, and so I want to make sure if you are interested in learning how to roll a trade and you don't already know all the nuances to it, go ahead and sign up and I will teach you that this Saturday for free. But I'm going to take you into the computer and show you the play, and you can use this for some of your other plays. I love options. It gives us so many options. So let's go take a look. This morning, when I saw that Tesla was going to have a red day, I decided that I would sell puts because I wanted more exposure to Tesla. Well, at that point, I had looked at 220 as the particular put because Tesla was trading slightly above that. So when I sold the put, I sold two for $1 a share. So what happened was I received actually $200 because I was selling two puts for agreeing to buy Tesla today at 220. Now, I'm glad I did this because my options were I could just go buy the shares. At the time, I think they were trading for around 223, or I could sell this put agreeing to pick up the shares at 220. So they would have been less than what they were trading for at the time, and I was getting paid for it. So it seemed like a great idea at the time. But as the day rolled, Tesla kept dropping. And had it dropped a little, I would have probably just left the trade alone, but it started dropping even more. So by the time it got down closer to about 215, I decided to roll the trade knowing I could get some credit. And let me show you what the roll looked like and how I ended up being able to get credit. So as you can see here, something that I sold for $1 now was selling for much higher. At this point, it was selling for around $7.85. So I knew I was going to have to give back all the money that I had received to put on the trade and pay a little bit extra. Well, okay, I was getting out of the trade and it was going to cost me. So I decided to roll it, and then let me show you what I did next. So if you look here, you can see that I had to pay an additional $5.80 to close down my initial trade. So I did that. Then I pushed the trade out to October 11th. I went down to the $215 strike, and I was paid $16.09 to open up that trade. This left me a credit of $10.20 per share, giving me over $1,000 to push this trade out a little bit further and to push it down in price. So you know what I did after that? I took this extra money and I actually went and bought Tesla shares, actually under the price that we had right there at 215. So it's down even lower at close. So if it stays lower, or if it opens up lower on Monday, I'll add more and buy more shares. So I was able to use the money from the roll and fund me purchasing more shares. That's what makes rolling options so valuable to your portfolio and to your plays. It literally gives you options. I hope you found this helpful and that you're able to make extra money with this bit of knowledge. I look forward to seeing those of you that can join me in the morning, and I will be working on some more content for all of you. Don't forget, I want all of you to keep learning, keep earning, and I will see you on the trading floor.